What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to talk about where is the best place to get access to your most important scores. I'm going to tell you why I think they're so important, and I'm going to show you a little site that I've used for my clients to help them be able to fix their credit. Now, this will be especially important if you're looking to apply for any new credit anytime soon. So that's going to be if you're looking to get a new house, a new car, or even just get credit cards in the near future. Alrighty, so if that's you, then be sure you stay tuned. Now, right off the bat, the most important credit scores that you can look at are called FICO scores, okay? And that stands, the FICO is for the Fair Isaac Corporation. Now, the reason why I always try to clarify that with people is because a lot of the times whenever you're looking at scores online, they might not be what's called a FICO score, okay? Now, if you're looking at things like looking through apps like Credit Karma or any other type of credit monitoring, typically those guys are showing you what's called a Vantage score. It's a completely different scoring model. It was really just created by the credit bureaus because they wanted to make more money selling stuff, so they created their own score and are trying to get other lenders to implement it. But lenders, 90% of lenders are actually using the credit or the FICO score to be able to calculate what your credit score is, okay? And so that's why I typically recommend to people is make sure that you're looking at the correct score, because you might think that you have a 700 credit score whenever you're looking off of Credit Karma, but then whenever you go apply for a home loan, or you go talk to a lender for a car, whatever it is, they end up telling you that your credit score is actually a 600, right? And you're confused, you don't know what's going on. You tell them, hey, I looked off of Credit Karma and this is what I saw, and that's when they're going to let you know that they don't use that scoring model. Now, in terms of where you can actually get your score, there is some free resources, right? There's going to be times whenever you, depending on what bank you have or what kind of credit cards that you're using, a lot of the times your bank is actually going to give you access to at least one of your FICO scores, right? And they'll make it clear. You're going to see, it's going to say, hey, view your FICO score. And it's kind of a win-win for them and you, right? You're going to win because you're going to be able to see your FICO score for at least one of the credit bureaus. And they win because they can pretty much get access to your credit report nonstop, and they can kind of see what stuff you're applying for and things like that. And that kind of helps them because they can then offer you different types of loans or different types of credit depending on what they see that you're applying for. They see that you're applying for things like mortgages, or you don't have a mortgage, then they're going to keep pushing their mortgage products to you because eventually they're going to assume that you're going to apply for it, right? And they already see your FICO score, so they know whether you would qualify or not. It gives them at least a general idea. But like what I touched on at the beginning, one of the the disadvantages of this is you're only going to see one of your FICO scores. So you're only going to see it for one credit bureau. They don't show you it for all three. Now, in terms of a company that I've used and that I use for my clients, that's going to be a company called ScoreIQ. Okay, now there's a few benefits of why I prefer using this company, and I'll touch on them here. But one of the main benefits is because they're actually going to show you your FICO score. It's a credit monitoring site, but it actually pulls your FICO scores. Okay, and the other benefit is it's actually cheaper than getting it directly from MyFICO, which MyFICO is owned by the people who made the FICO score, the Fair Isaac Corporation. But MyFICO charges, I think, closer to $30 or $40. I can't remember exactly. This website will give it to you for $27. At the time of this recording, around $27. Okay. Now, I was able to work out something with them where, it's going to be pretty much 20% or more off, right, of their top plan. And it's going to give you daily credit monitoring for one credit bureau. But I think you don't really... the daily credit monitoring you can get from other platforms, even free ones. I think the really big part or the big winner with this is that you're going to get monthly FICO scores. So your FICO score is going to be updated monthly. So if you are looking at fixing your credit, or you're in a situation where you are going to be buying a house or any type of credit soon, then you want to get this. That way you can just keep track of how your credit score is improving. And if you have any issues, if you see your credit score drop down, then you know that you need to do something to fix it. They're going to be able to kind of show you where it dropped, why it dropped, and then you can kind of take actions to be able to re-improve it or to fix any errors that you might have on your credit report. Okay. Now, on top of that, they give you $25,000 identity theft insurance. They give you fraud restoration. They have a fraud restoration program. So if anyone ever does or commits fraud with your information, you can just go through that program to get it fixed. They report checking account report as well, and lost wallet protection, right? Now, this is another point that I think is really, really important, right? And probably the most important. I used to always recommend people pull their credit reports from Annual Credit Report, and I still think that's a good resource because it is free and it's straight through the credit bureaus. But one benefit I found from just credit monitoring sites in general, but even more importantly with My ScoreIQ, is that they actually give you a 3 credit bureau report. What that means is you're going to be able to see on one page all 3 of your credit bureaus. Okay, it's going to be a page, and I'll throw up a graphic here so you can see what it looks like, but it's going to be a page that has literally 3 different columns of information, and each of those columns are one of the credit bureaus. Now, what's really great about that is if you're ever having issues, right? Let's say, you know, most of the times your scores aren't going to match up for different reasons, but one of the main reasons is that accounts are showing up incorrectly. Right? Especially if you're trying to dispute or you're trying to do some credit repair on your own, then you want to get these reports. That way you can see how a certain account is reporting across all 3 of the credit bureaus. So for example, if you have like a credit card or something, right? And it's showing that your amounts due are incorrect across all 3 of those accounts, then you know that might be something that's affecting you negatively, right? Or maybe you have a collection account that you know that's showing on your credit report. You can look across those 3 credit bureaus to see how they're reporting to each of those credit bureaus. And if they're not showing 100% accurately, right, or they're not showing up the exact same, then that means that you have a potential that you might be able to get those accounts removed. Okay. Now, if you're in a situation where you have negative accounts that you're trying to get rid of, I've shot plenty of videos, and I'll link to those down below. You know, how to get rid of collection accounts. I even included a letter with that. How to get rid of charge-offs, late payments, hard inquiries, you know, repos, bankruptcies, whatever it is. I'm gonna attach all those videos down below so you can actually take a look at all of those videos and what path or you know what information that you would need to follow to be able to get those things removed. So I think that's really going to be one of the biggest winners for you, is being able to get your FICO score and the 3 credit bureau report. Okay, so this is something where you can sign up for this. You can have access to it as long as you need. You know, just cancel it whenever you no longer need it, or let's say once you've gotten your house and you know you're not going to be applying for any credit for 10 years or whatever it is, right? You don't really need any more credit. Then it might be a situation where you cancel it, or you can keep it. I have some clients who've kept it even after they stopped working with me, just so they can keep a track of their FICO score at a good price. Okay, so that's going to be the gist of this video, guys. And also what I'm going to do down below is I'm going to be attaching a link to my 30-day credit boost guide. It's a free guide that shows you how to increase or improve your credit score within 30 days. So I'll attach that down below. You can just click the link and I'll have it emailed out to you. And also I'm going to link to all those videos that I mentioned earlier. And that's going to be the gist of it. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, you found value from this video, be sure that you hit the like button down below, and also make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Alrighty, so that's it for this video, guys. I will see you at the next one.